Hi, and welcome to a quick video on how to change these old-fashioned Schoology test quizzes to the newer versions. Now, before you do this, what you really want to do is have all of your classes already stored in resources. So that's where I am right now, but I'm going to go through that quick just to show you. This is the particular test quiz I'm going to convert to one of the newer assessments. So hopefully you have your classes already stored in your resources. If you don't, I believe you can retroactively do that. And I'm going to go into my calculus folder. So this is where I put my calculus classes. And I'm going to go to the one from last year. And I'm going to go to my chapter 2, limits and derivatives. And in that extra practice folder is where I have this limits practice problem. So depending on where you store things, it might be a much easier path for you. Now, as long as this is in resources, when you go over to the gear to the right of your old test quiz, you're going to have an option that says convert to assessment. You do not get this option unless you're in resources. So if you're trying to do this within a course, it won't work, right? So you need to make sure you're aware of where these things are stored. It's not going to work if you're in courses. You have to be in resources. So I'm going to go ahead and click convert to assessment. Now, ideally, I want that to go right back into that same folder in resources where I am right now. Unfortunately, if you have a lot of stuff in your resources like I do, it's going to be a little bit complicated to find. But here's my calculus. Then I'm going to go to BC Calculus, and this is in my chapter 2, and it's in my extra practice. Now, you can always make a new place to store all of these things. That's definitely something you can do, and that might be a better option. I'm going to click on Convert, and this is going to take a little while. Depending on how complex your test or quiz is, it will take a shorter time. If it's simple, it'll take a little bit longer if it's more complex. And then let's see if it's ready yet. I'm going to go back a folder, then I'm going to go forward a folder. It's still not ready, but if you do this, it will eventually show up there. And then when you do your new course for this year, there it is right there. It puts it at the bottom. Then you can use this one instead. Now what I do as I go through my course, once I update that, then I will delete this and get rid of this. The reason you want to convert is because eventually the old test quizzes are going to disappear, and also these newer versions have a lot of analytics that are very, very helpful. So you also have a lot more options for the types of questions you can ask. So you can modify your old things and make them a little bit more current, a little bit more challenging. I hope this makes sense. Please feel free to send me an email if you have any additional questions.